let's dive into some exciting news regarding our New York Mets that could change the landscape of their pitching staff for the upcoming season. The Mets have made a move that has fans buzzing. They've signed veteran pitcher Craig Kimbrell to a minor league deal. You heard that right. An all-star closer with a wealth of experience is joining the ranks of the Mets. So what does this mean for the team? First off, Kimbrell is no stranger to the big leagues. After wrapping up his 16th MLB season last year with the Houston Astros, Kimbrell showed that he still has what it takes, posting a solid 2.45 ERA in just 13 appearances. At 37, he's bringing a wealth of experience to the team. And let's be real, who wouldn't want a pitcher with his resume? If he does make it to the Mets roster next season, he'll be donning a Mets uniform for the 10th time in his career with a total of 9 All-Star selections under his belt. Isn't that a wild thought? Now, let's talk about the Mets' pitching situation. Last season, the team struggled with pitching despite having the highest payroll in the league. They finished with an ERA of 4.03, ranking 18th overall, and the bullpen wasn't much better, coming in at 15th with a 3.93 ERA. It's clear that something had to change. With Kimbrell on board, the Mets are taking a calculated risk that could pay off big time. But wait, it gets better. Earlier this week, the Mets also acquired an all-star starting pitcher from the Milwaukee Brewers. This addition, combined with some positive buzz about Kodai Senga, indicates that the Mets are serious about turning things around after a disappointing 2025 season. It looks like the front office is finally making moves to revamp the roster and bolster the pitching staff. What do you think, Mets fans? Are we finally on the right track? And let's not forget about Bo Bichette, who recently signed a hefty 9-figure deal with the team. The moves are certainly piling up, and the excitement is palpable. It feels as if the Mets are gearing up for something special this season. But can they finally put all together and compete? With all these changes, it's essential for fans to come together and voice their opinions. How do you feel about the addition of Kimbrell? Do you think his experience will be an asset to the younger pitchers in the bullpen? Are you optimistic about the Mets' chances this season with these new signings? Go New York Mets! Share your thoughts in the comments below. As we look ahead, there's still a lot to be decided. Will Kimbrell find his stride in the Mets system? How will the new additions gel with the existing roster? It's a thrilling time to be a Mets fan, but there are many questions left unanswered. Let's keep the conversation going. What do you think about the Mets' off-season moves so far? Are you excited about Kimbrell's potential impact? What city are you cheering from? Comment below and let's get a discussion going. As Mets fans, we have a lot to look forward to this season, and one name that's creating quite a buzz is Carson. Could he be the key to bolstering our outfield? What does his early arrival mean for his chances on the opening day roster? Let's dive in and explore what this talented prospect brings to the table and what it means for the New York Mets moving forward. Carson has been turning heads since he began his meteoric rise through the Mets farm system. The reports are in, and they're exciting. Ranked as the Mets' second-best prospect and 16th overall in baseball by MLB.com, it's clear that this young outfielder has the talent to make a significant impact. His early arrival at spring training in Port St. Lucie, Florida, nearly a month ahead of schedule, speaks volumes about his commitment. Fans, does this kind of dedication give you confidence in his potential? Benj isn't just a name on the roster. He's a player with a promising skill set. His ability to make hard contact and showcase a strong batting eye is something to get excited about. He's reworked his swing to minimize ground balls, which should help him leverage his above-average power. When we look at his 2025 season, it's hard not to be impressed. A .281/.385/.472 batting line over 519 plate appearances, coupled with 15 home runs, 25 doubles, and 22 stolen bases, indicates that he has the tools to be a cornerstone for the Mets. With Brandon Nimmo traded, left field is wide open. This is where Benj could step in and make his mark. While Juan Soto and Luis Robert Jr. are solidified in right and center, respectively, left field presents a clear opportunity for Benj to claim the starting spot. Who do you think should be the frontrunner for left field? Is it Benj's time to shine? Or could we see a surprise from Tyrone Taylor as a backup option? It's intriguing to consider what this competition means for the team dynamic. Carson Benja's arrival at spring training is more than just a personal achievement. It's a statement. He's not just seeking a spot on the roster. He's aiming to contribute to a team that is hungry for success. As fans, we should be rallying behind him. What are your thoughts on his potential impact on the Mets this season? We've seen how crucial depth is for a team's success during the long season, and Benj could very well add that. His speed on the bases and ability to hit for power could be exactly what the Mets need to bolster their lineup. Can he be the spark that ignites our offense? And let's talk about the bigger picture for a moment. The Mets have invested heavily in building a competitive team, and with prospects like Benj stepping up, we could be looking at a new era of Mets baseball. How much faith do you have in the front office's decisions to develop young talent? Is this the right strategy for the Mets moving forward? As we gear up for the season, the anticipation is building. Carson Benj is putting himself in a great position to secure a spot on the opening day roster, and we should all be paying attention. The future is bright, and it feels like we are on the verge of something special. What do you think, Mets fans? Is this the year we see a breakout performance from Benj? Could he be the player who helps propel us into the postseason? So, share your thoughts. I want to hear from all of you. Comment, Go New York Mets below to show your support, and let's discuss. Where are you from? And what do you think about Carson Benj's potential impact on the team this season? Let's get the conversation going and dive into what makes this team so special. Season after season, we stand by our Mets, and together we can hope for greatness. As we look ahead, let's keep that passion alive. The New York Mets have a bright future. It's fans like us who make it all worthwhile. Don't forget to subscribe and comment your thoughts on this rising star and the team as a whole. I can't wait to see what this season has in store for us. This offseason, there's a lot of buzz surrounding the New York Mets, particularly when it comes to pitcher Kodai Senga. Will he stay with the team or be traded? What does his future hold? These are the questions fans are asking, and we're here to dive into the details and provide some insights. Stick around until the end for our take on what this means for the Mets moving forward and how Senga fits into the big picture. So, let's start with Senga. Back in November, ESPN's Jeff Passan reported that he was extremely available for trade talks. That was shocking news for Mets fans. Senga had shown so much promise, and the thought of losing him so soon after his impressive rookie season was unsettling. However, as the offseason has progressed, it seems like there hasn't been much interest from other teams. Could it be that they recognize his potential, but are wary of his recent injury struggles? Or maybe they just don't fully grasp how good he can be when healthy. For his part, Senga has made it clear that he wants to remain with the Mets. That speaks volumes about his commitment to the team and the city. How refreshing is it to see a player who wants to be part of the Mets' future? It's a sentiment that resonates with the fan base. We want players who wear the blue and orange with pride and are ready to fight for every win. So what do you all think? Would you be okay with Senga staying, even if it means he might need some time to get back to his best? Now, let's get into the numbers. Senga really burst onto the scene in 2023 with a dazzling 2.98 ERA and a 1.220 WHIP across 166.1 innings. He struck out over 200 batters. He was named to the All-Star game, finished second in the NL Rookie of the Year voting, and even received votes for the Cy Young Award. Those are impressive accolades and indicate that he has the talent to be a cornerstone of the Mets' pitching rotation. But then came the injury woes. In 2024, Senga made just one appearance. That must have been agonizing for him, and for us fans who were excited to see him build on that rookie success. When he returned to the mound in 2025, it looked like he was picking up right where he left off with a phenomenal 1.47 ERA in his first 73.2 innings. However, injuries struck again, and a strained calf derailed his season. It's frustrating, isn't it? We know Senga has the potential to be great, but keeping him healthy has proven to be a challenge. His final stats for the 2025 season were disappointing. A 5.90 ERA and a 1.689 WHIP in his last 39.2 innings left fans scratching their heads and wondering what went wrong. The decision to demote him to AAA was tough to swallow. No one wants to see a player with so much potential struggle. It raises questions about his readiness to take the mound again. However, Mets president of baseball operations David Stearns has reassured fans that Senga is now completely healthy and should be ready for spring training. That's promising news. If he can stay healthy, he could form a formidable duo with newly acquired ace Freddie Peralta. Imagine that pitching rotation. It could be one of the best in the league if all the pieces fall into place. But here's where the speculation comes in. Can Senga maintain his health throughout the entire 2026 season? Will the Mets find the right balance in managing his innings? These are questions that linger in our minds as we look ahead. The Mets have had their share of injury issues in recent seasons, and the last thing we want is to see another talented player sidelined. How do you feel about the Mets' approach to player health and injury management? Should they be more cautious with Senga? Or do you think it's time to push him to prove himself? As we gear up for spring training, it's clear that Senga represents both a risk and an opportunity for the Mets. His potential is undeniable, but the question remains, will the Mets be able to unlock that potential while keeping him on the field? Fans, this is a pivotal moment for the New York Mets. With Senga expected to be part of the rotation, how do you see the team shaping up for the upcoming season? Are you optimistic about his role, or do you have reservations? Let's hear your thoughts. And speaking of thoughts, don't forget to comment, "Go New York Mets" below. It's always great to hear from fellow fans about their opinions on our team. Whether you're from New York or any other city, share your take on Kodai Senga and what he means to our Mets' future. What do you think the Mets should do with him moving forward? As we continue to follow the latest news, let's keep the conversation going. Make sure to subscribe and join the discussion. Your insights matter, and together we can navigate this exciting off-season. What are your predictions for Senga and the Mets in 2026? Let's dive deep into this topic and share our thoughts. The Mets are on the cusp of something great, and it all starts with players like Kodai Senga. Will he rise to the occasion? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. As fans, we'll be cheering him on every step of the way.